like you really appreciate just the role of the drums. Like Matt was saying, like you seem to work to serve the song. Do you think of that as like a form of minimalism, or do you have like a particular philosophy about how you think the drum should work, or is it just like how it feels for you when you get behind the kit?
Right. Very good question. Some of my very favorite things that I have produced, because I'm happiest when I'm producing, because then I can. I'll explain that in a second, but some of my favorite things that I've produced on records I produced, there are no drums. In fact, it's funny. I did a film soundtrack, that I was scoring it, and the engineer, who was a good friend and I work with a lot. Somewhere down the line, as we were like developing, to picture, and I was playing guitar or piano or whatever I was doing, and then I was kind of building it up, and at one point he turned to me and he went, "Do you think that maybe you should put some drums on something, or maybe percussion?" Because there was none, and I wasn't thinking like that. No. And of course I went back and eventually I did, but it wasn't. And then sometimes what works is just that it's just percussion. It starts with something, drums and percussion. But the thing that's best for me when it comes to production is that I can determine exactly what the drums and percussion are going to do, and if anything at all. What a downside to what I learned from Peter Gabriel was when I go and do that in certain circumstances, people don't get that. They don't get that.
What they want you to
They don't get that. They're like, we need drums. Like, not those drums. I have an idea. Can you play this, Phil? This is great. Boom, boom, but do. And what they don't know is that's on every other song that they've ever listened to. That's why they think it's a great idea.
Right.
And maybe it is. For that matter, it's familiar to people. But I don't think like that. I'm not afraid to do the obvious, but I'm going to always, see if I can come up with something a little left of center. And with me, it doesn't take long. And people have said, dude, I mean, what you just did in 45 minutes, I mean, I think it would take other drummers, all day or days to because I have it dialed in. You know what I'm saying?
I do from not from hearing you say that, but just the body of work that you have, you seem to do that on every tune. Like you create this thing, and that's what I was kind of wondering, but that's where the first question started. And when I look at the body of work, the hundreds of recordings, like it makes sense now that you say it doesn't take you long, that you have it dialed in.
Well, I have my thing pretty well dialed in.
Yeah.
And if I'm producing, then the key is to get the people around me to also think a little outside of the box and, orchestrate it, help, create the landscape and the, you know what I'm saying.
So for you then, at the drums or as producer, it is the same aesthetic then.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I